What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Johnny Five Alive here, and I just wanted to give a quick first day impression review on the Darkest Dungeon. So, as I mentioned before, I played the early access for about a day, and since then, a lot of things have changed, and for better or worse, depending on your play style. So the play styles that I've learned early in early access were you could stun guys and then heal up, stun, heal up, stun, heal up. Well, I just tried that on the last mission that I lost, and what ended up happening is their fear levels eventually lead them to having a heart attack. So if you take too long, or if you chain stun and heal, that actually leads to your impending doom, and you will just ultimately flat out lose. So strategies that you learned before are no longer viable on the release, and learning how to build that perfect party composition is ideal. So there's a lot to learn there, and that's a lot of fun. However, there is some RNG there. Like, you can only get a certain amount of guys per week. 4 people come in early on if you upgrade it right away, and that gives you 4 random people, and I believe there's like 12 or so classes in the game. So I think an ideal composition is going to be some AoE, some crowd control like some stuns, some heals, and then, just some straight up damage. You want to be able to vanquish your foes before people start going crazy. Big crits, big numbers, and kills, that's going to try and, cheer your guys up. Now, there's a lot of like micromanaging. So if you like RTS games, it has a little bit of element to that. And then it's a strategy turn-based game. So, but it has this element of micromanagement more so than other strategy games, for sure, because you're managing your fear, your light, your torches, your health, your food, your inventory, your insanity, your abilities. There's a whole bunch of things to manage. So I think on the micromanagement level, it's got a little bit of a Sims thing going on, and I really like that. And if you're not used to it, it's going to kick your butt right away. I lost 3 out of my 5 missions that I've played so far. And I kind of knew what I was doing going into it a little bit, but it's been about a year or two since I played it in early access. Jumping into it, it kicked my butt. Kicked my butt real bad. I have to say I enjoyed that because I enjoy punishing games. I like a challenge. Too many games out there these days where you can just walk right through them. Losing 3 out of 5 missions is a good sign that's saying you have to improve your skill, you have to get better at this, you have to learn better compositions, and there's a little bit of RNG, like I was saying, because unless you get the guys that come in, like the first people I had on my very first team, it was great. I had a healer, I had some good damage, and we blasted through it, and we didn't even use torches really. So I was like kind of showboating in a sense, and I blasted through that one. And then going on to the last mission there, I had 2 healers and some damage, but it wasn't enough damage. Those 2 healers were too much of healers. And while everybody was topped off on health, they all died of heart attacks because we basically took too long and their fear levels went and drove them into insanity. So that actually really surprised me. Really, really did. Really interesting game. There's a lot of little mechanics and things to play with and things to learn. And I'm going to still be tinkering with it until I find what the ideal composition is. And based off like the very start of the game, there's going to be some RNG. You might get like 4 of the crappiest characters, no healers, and you're just going to get your butt kicked. Like, you have to go out on a mission no matter what. You just kind of have to learn when to retreat and when to not, and when you've overstepped your boundaries, and when you've crossed the line, and when it's too late, how much resources to bring. A lot of little things to memorize and play. And I'd almost recommend just sitting down and playing this game and this game only, and don't have any other things, no other games on the go, because there's almost so many little things that you gotta kind of figure out. You want it fresh in your mind when you jump into it. So I'm really enjoying it. I would highly recommend this game to anyone that's looked at it or is interested in buying it. The price, $27, is absolutely worth it. I think it's got almost like an infinite replayability, because there's so many, like, you could probably find your ideal composition. You like these guys, and then you could play through the whole game with a completely opposite. Like, you could have almost like a holy team or an unholy team, or like kind of like a rogue team, and you have these builds that you can customize, and their ability sets can be customized, and their weapons and stuff. So it has that like level of character customization in terms of skills and composition, and then that's going to really kind of give you a custom playthrough. And then you, after you're done playing that way, you can try it another way. And I'm trying not to look at Reddit or any forums right now. I try to stay away from all social media, and I go in blind and figure things out myself. It's much like XCOM in my opinion. That's why I like it so much. But obviously completely different in the sense that it's a side scroller. It's medieval. I think the elements of turn-based combat and the punishment, the strategy, going in there and having ruthless battles where people are going to die and it's going to be permanent and your graveyard is going to fill up. It's much like XCOM on that factor. However, the narrator, the voice, everything in this game, really well done. Absolutely amazing. Love the artwork, everything about it. But it is certainly kicking my butt, and I'm going to have to tinker, get back into it, figure it out, and have at her. But I highly recommend this game. Take a stab at it, get your butt kicked, freak out a little bit, and then try it again. It's got my thumbs up approval, 100%. Great game. Go try it out, guys, and I will give my impressions on it again once I play it for another week or two, once I've gotten a little bit deeper into it, and possibly even when I beat it. So I'll definitely give my final thoughts, and I'll probably even do a tips and tricks video once I figure out a couple good party compositions, because the ones that I tried in my playthrough so far, as you can see, I got my butt kicked. But yeah, I highly recommend the game. Go check it out. Check it out on my channel. Give it a go for yourself. Go watch my videos and learn from my mistakes. You want to try to avoid heart attacks. You want to try to avoid a lot of the things that I did. And then I'm going to jump back into it and try and do things properly. Alright, I'm Johnny5 Alive. Guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be playing The Darkest Dungeon.
Bro. 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 Guy. What did I say?
Bro Force montage.
What?